Welcome, my name is Matthew Stevens, and this is Pedal Echoes, a discussion about what pedals inspired an artist's creativity for new music. My discussion with Shane Langenfeld from Static Palms happened in the evening of January 26, 2021. This is episode 15. Shane Langenfeld is a member of the rock band Static Palms from Chicago, Illinois. Static Palms also features Kyle Prefontaine on bass and Chris Bodjanac on drums.
Hey, fortune, tell me what's next. Sunny whenever, just staying home, past stone, whatever. Hey, fortune, tell me what's next. I think the ignorance is better.
Welcome to Pedal Echoes. How did Static Palms get started?
The drummer and I have been playing together for about 7 years. We initially met in a different band, and then we decided eventually to kind of expand on what we've been doing haphazardly for 6-7 years. And that was maybe last year spring. And then we started writing for the record that it just dropped on the 27th. And yeah, here we are. It's been a pretty whirlwind 9 months. We added a guy named Kyle Prefontaine as bassist, and it's been going really well so far.
That's awesome. Can you tell me what the record's called?
The record is called The Pains We Go Through to Be Ourselves.
Can you walk me through your pedal board setup?
It's actually pretty stripped down. And it was, when you first asked me to do this interview, I actually felt a little insecure about it. When this band started, I had a strict no effect pedal policy. So I felt like I might be coming in a little underwhelming. But lately, right around the time we made the record, it grew a little bit. So the Boss DD20 is pretty important. There's a lot of little tweaking features to it that I appreciate. Slapback echo as of late has been really what I like more than anything, although I suppose it would be slackback delay. I've got the Walrus Audio Slow. It's a multi-texture reverb, and there's a lot of weird ambient stuff in there that I really like. Some octaving. There's an interesting like freeze function in there almost. That's really great for texture building, like in the back of songs. And then really my secret weapon is the JHS Moonshine V2 Overdrive. And the reason for that is I play a Tele with a vintage noiseless, and what I found is that most things would make it far too shrill and get really muddy. But the clean blend in there, as long as you have a solid amp that you're playing through, the clean blend makes it possible to just pull out all the string definition you want without being shrill or over trebly. And then I've also got a tiny little Joyo chorus pedal that really is just for extras, more or less.
And what do those look like in your signal chain? What is the order of those?
So we're going first into the overdrive, then into the Walrus Slow, and then the chorus. And the DD20 is last before the tuner pedal that I use for muting. And that was actually pretty purposeful. I wanted to be able to affect what was coming out of the slow with the chorus, just to add some extra weirdness. And then obviously that's all going into the DD20. So based on how you twist the knobs, you can really wreck someone's day.
Going back to the minimal pedal setup, I remember a show that my band Emblems played with your band. I think you were playing with one pedal, and it was a MXR. It was like a cream color. I can't remember the model.
It was an MXR micro amp.
Yep.
I didn't even have a tuner pedal. Yeah. This interview series has honestly made me more interested. And I know you know that just because, like, on my lunch breaks and stuff, I started texting you more right around the time I got the slow, if memory serves. It's just a realm of guitar that I had stopped touching. I didn't want to turn into the edge. And a lot of my old bands were very Circa Survive-esque, which basically meant I rode the delay to death.
You are tongue-tied. Everything you say is a lie. You are tongue-tied. Everything just twisted up inside.
getting rid of everything for a while made me much more selective with what I choose as far as effects.
Let's talk about your new record.
Seth at ABG, Always Be Genius Studios, recorded the single, and then the EP that dropped the 27th. And then Alex Zarek, actually, I don't know if he's the official, unofficial, but he basically does any and all videography work for the studio. So when I asked Seth if he had any leads for recording a video, that was his main recommendation, and he was spot on. Alex Zarek is super easy to work with, has a lot of ideas, and for a band like ours where we had never done anything like this before, storyboarding, coming up with concepts, he could do a little with a lot, which was really important, because the second video that dropped with the EP the 27th for the song Multiples, we did that in my apartment building.
With or without permission?
Definitely without permission. No, please don't. I think it's hilarious. No, it was definitely without permission. We got super lucky. I had a full drum set in here, and Chris Bodjanac's drum playing, it is only ever loud. Yeah, no, he filled everything with like clothes and pillows, and we taped the cymbals to hell and back, and somehow got away with it. I don't know how. We never got a single complaint.
What would you say, out of the main setup that you have, what would you say are the key pedals that give you your sound?
The JHS Moonshine V2, absolutely. When I bought it and played through it for the first time, you will be hard pressed to pry that out of my hands. And also too, it's so versatile. I have other guitars besides the Telly that I play through, and it takes well to everything. And especially because of the clean blend, you don't lose the amps character. So I dig that quite a bit. The DD20, the Giga Delay, is another huge part of it for me. It used to be kind of covering up, back in the old days, covering up some sloppy playing. You just put enough gain on it and tremolo pick, and you're good to go. But nowadays it's a lighter effect. As I was talking about before, anything slap back, I really, really appreciate that. If I can get it to sound like lead parts to sound like they're in a tile bathroom, I'm pretty happy. So
that's on your top 5 of ambient places to visit.
Yeah, no, and it's funny you say that, because that's 100% true. I have a weird thing about acoustics in bathrooms. I have since I was a kid.
You can get some great vocal takes out of there too.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I used to just do demo videos before I had the capability to do multi-tracking or anything, I would use my laptop microphone and I would put it in the shower, and then I'd play acoustic and sing into the shower, and it was, man, some of those demos still sound better than what I pull out of like this expensive setup.
Going back to the Walrus Audio Slow, do you remember what you have that dialed to?
For once in my life, I came adequately prepared and I took a picture. There's one of two ways I run it. I usually have it in the Dream setting. Decay's at about 60%. The filter's at like 15%. The mix is about 70%. X is 5 or 10%. And then depth is maybe 50%. And I use that more if I just want to get a more traditional reverb sound. And I mean, it's the slow, so traditional is kind of hard, but it's more of just like a general drawn out echo. And then the other way I run it is the dark, which that has a sub octave in it that you can dial in. And frankly, that's just the shit.
It sounds great.
Yeah, and it's so lush sounding. I was surprised at how warm it sounded when I got it. And now, I mean, we're actually going back into the studio February 1st for some more music, and it's going to be on there quite a bit. There's just no way to get around it. Something else I wanted to touch on regarding pedals was footprint. That's super important for me, specifically because I'm kind of clumsy and I sing. So playing guitar, singing, and trying to hit your pedals on time, as you well know, is a giant pain in the butt. So there's just certain things. Yeah, it's like I need to make sure that the overdrive is always at the bottom right of the board, because then my foot can find it, And then with the Giga Delay, that needs to be the bottom left because
the tap.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then everything else just needs enough space that I can't step on two things at the same time, and we're okay.
Where can we find Static Palms?
We are on Spotify. As I said, the EP, which is The Pains We Go Through to Be Ourselves. We're on YouTube as well. We have our own YouTube channel for Static Palms. There's 2 videos up now. One for the song Multiples, another for the song Palm Reader. Both of those were done by Alex Zarek, like I was talking about. And then we have all the typical stuff, Facebook and Bandcamp, etc.
What would you say you have coming up?
We, like a lot of bands, are just kind of trying during COVID to make sure we keep things interesting, especially since we can't play shows. So we're going in again to do another as yet undetermined amount of songs, somewhere between 3 to 5. It just depends on how much we can get done in 6 days.
Well, great. Well, thank you for being on Pedal Echoes.
Well, thanks for having me. It was a blast.
To find out more about Static Palms, please visit Instagram at staticpalms__. The Pains We Go Through to Be Ourselves is available now. From the album The Pains We Go Through to Be Ourselves by Static Palms, this is Multiples. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. It goes a long way.
Time moves faster, 'cause I'm not getting any younger. Things are better now, so time moves faster. It's a waste to walk away anytime things get hard. They stay that way. Same old habits and fears, but that's how you wasted all these years. So time moves faster, 'cause I'm not getting any younger. I'm better than I used to be. So time moves faster. You've only got so many days, just make it fast. Don't worry about the past. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm always, if I've done enough to make anything last. 'Cause nothing's lasted. I know we've been here before, but all you ever talk about is how there's never any way out. But